Your mindset is the steering wheel of your life. Wherever your mind goes, your life follows. You can pray for success, you can hope for a better future, and you can even work hard, but if your thoughts remain stuck in negativity, doubt, or fear, you will never move beyond the limits you have placed on yourself. Many people don't realize that their biggest battle isn't external. It's not about their job, their finances, or the people around them. Their greatest battle is happening in their own mind. The enemy doesn't have to destroy you. He just has to get you to believe the wrong thoughts about yourself. If you think you're not good enough, if you think you'll always struggle, if you think you're stuck, then even when opportunities come, even when doors open, you won't step into them because your mind is working against you. Think about how powerful the mind is. Two people can go through the exact same situation and have two completely different outcomes. One person sees challenges as obstacles while another sees them as opportunities. One person experiences failure and says, I knew this would happen, I'll never succeed. Another person fails and says, that was a lesson, I'll do better next time. The difference isn't in the situation, it's in the mindset. Your thoughts shape your actions. If you believe you're not capable, you'll act like it. If you believe life will always be hard, you'll settle for struggle instead of striving for better. But when you start believing that you are equipped, that you are strong, that God has a plan for your life, your actions will begin to align with that belief. You'll walk differently, you'll talk differently, you'll approach life with confidence instead of fear. Some people think they are just naturally negative or naturally anxious, and that's just who they are. But let me tell you something, you don't have to accept every thought that enters your mind. Just because a thought comes doesn't mean it belongs to you. If a thought tells you that you're a failure, you don't have to accept it. If a thought tells you that you're not worthy of success, you don't have to believe it. You have the power to reject thoughts that don't serve you and replace them with truth. Imagine your mind like a garden. If you plant seeds of negativity, self-doubt, and fear, guess what will grow? A life full of struggle, disappointment, and frustration. But if you start planting seeds of faith and confidence and perseverance, you will see a life filled with purpose, joy, and success. The problem is many people have been watering the wrong seeds for so long that negativity has taken root. If you've been thinking the wrong way for years, it's going to take intentional effort to renew your mind and change the direction of your life. That's why you have to be careful what you allow into your mind. Some of you are feeding your mind with negativity every day without realizing it. You wake up and scroll through bad news, you listen to people who complain all the time, you entertain thoughts of worry and doubt. And then you wonder why you feel discouraged, why you feel stuck. What you feed your mind will grow. If you want to change your life, start by changing what you allow into your thoughts. Renewing your mind isn't a one-time event. It's a daily process. You don't just think one positive thought and suddenly have a brand new life. You have to be consistent. Every time a negative thought comes, replace it with truth. If you think, I can't do this, replace it with, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If you think, I'm not good enough, replace it with, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. If you think I'll always struggle, replace it with, God has a plan for my future, and it is good. The more you do this, the more you retrain your brain. You are literally rewiring the way you think. And as your thinking changes, your life changes. It won't happen overnight, but over time, you will see the difference. You will start making decisions from a place of faith instead of fear. You will take steps toward success instead of staying stuck in the same cycles. What you allow in your mind today will determine where your life goes tomorrow. If you don't like the direction you're headed, it's time to change your mindset. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up already feeling defeated, exhausted, or full of anxiety, chances are your day will continue in that direction. But if you wake up with a mindset of faith, expectation, and gratitude, you are setting yourself up for success. Too many people wake up and immediately focus on everything that's wrong, their problems, their stress, their frustrations. The first thing they do is grab their phone, check the news, scroll through social media, and let the world dictate their mood before they've even had a moment to set their own intentions. You have a choice every single morning. You can choose to let negative thoughts control you, or you can choose to take charge of your mind and start your day with thoughts that will lift you up. The thoughts you think first thing in the morning are some of the most powerful thoughts of the entire day because they set your direction. If you wake up saying, I'm tired, I don't want to do this. Today is going to be hard. You are programming yourself to struggle. But if you wake up and say, today is a new day filled with new opportunities, I have everything I need to succeed, I am strong, I am capable, your mind will begin to align with that truth. What you focus on in the morning affects your attitude, your decisions, and even the energy you bring into the day. If you start your day with the wrong mindset, you'll find yourself frustrated before you even get out the door. But when you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your day. One of the most powerful things you can do is to speak life over yourself before the day even begins. Instead of letting your emotions lead, let your faith lead. Instead of waking up and dwelling on what's wrong, wake up and declare what is right. Your morning routine matters. The way you start your day is a reflection of how you live your life. If you begin with stress and distraction, your whole day will feel chaotic. But if you begin with focus and intention, your whole day will carry that strength. That's why it's important to be mindful of what you expose yourself to in the first moments of the day. Some people start their day with negative news, gossip, or complaints and then wonder why they feel drained. Others start their day with prayer, gratitude, and positive declarations, and they walk into their day feeling strong and prepared. Your mind is like a sponge in the morning. It absorbs whatever you give it. If you feed it fear, worry, and negativity, that's what will grow. But if you fill it with hope, faith, and expectation, that's what will take root. You have to be intentional about what you allow in. If you want to have a productive, successful, and peaceful day, you can't afford to let just anything into your mind when you first wake up. One of the best things you can do is take a moment in the morning to align your thoughts with truth. Before checking your phone, before looking at the news, before jumping into the busyness of life, take time to center yourself. Remind yourself of who you are. Speak words of life over your day. Say, I am focused. I am disciplined. I am walking in purpose today. Your words have power, and when you speak the right things, your mind begins to believe them. It's not just about what you think, but about what you allow yourself to dwell on. Thoughts will come both good and bad, but you don't have to entertain every thought that enters your mind. You have the power to reject the ones that don't serve you. If a thought comes that says, today is going to be hard, you don't have to accept it. Replace it with, today is full of opportunity. If a thought says, I don't feel like doing anything, replace it with, I am motivated and I will make progress today. Your mind will follow the direction you give it. How you start your morning determines how you show up in your life. If you start feeling defeated, you will carry that defeat into your relationships, your work, and your goals. But if you start with strength, confidence, and expectation, you will walk through your day with a sense of purpose and clarity. Don't wait for circumstances to determine your mindset. Set your mindset and watch how your circumstances begin to change. The words you speak have power. They're not just sounds or empty statements. They carry weight, they create direction, and they have the ability to shape your future. Many people live frustrated, defeated, and discouraged lives, not realizing that the words they speak over themselves every single day are keeping them stuck. You cannot keep speaking negatively about yourself and expect to walk in confidence. You cannot keep declaring failure and expect success. You cannot keep saying, I'll never change and expect transformation. The words that come out of your mouth are either planting seeds of growth or planting seeds of destruction. Some people have spent years speaking words that limit them without even realizing it. They say things like, I'm just not good enough. I'll never get ahead. I always mess things up. Nothing ever works out for me. And then they wonder why life feels heavy, why doors don't seem to open, and why they struggle with insecurity and doubt. The truth is, your words set the atmosphere for your life. When you speak defeat, you attract defeat. When you speak faith, you attract possibility. If you want to change the direction of your life, you have to start by changing the way you talk to yourself. You have to make a conscious decision to stop speaking negativity over your future. You cannot continue to tear yourself down with your words and expect to build a strong, confident life. Words shape thoughts, and thoughts shape actions. When you repeatedly declare something over yourself, your mind starts to believe it, and your life begins to reflect it. That's why it's so important to replace every negative word with truth. Instead of saying, I'm not smart enough, start saying, I have wisdom and insight. Instead of saying, I always fail, start saying, I am capable of learning and growing. Instead of saying, I'll never be successful, start saying, I am walking in purpose and doors of opportunity are opening for me. It may feel unnatural at first because your mind has been conditioned to believe the lies you've been speaking for so long. But the more you declare truth, the more your mind will adjust to the new reality you are creating. Your words don't just affect your emotions, they affect your actions. When you tell yourself, I can't do this, you won't even try. When you tell yourself, I don't have what it takes, you will hesitate when opportunities arise. But when you begin speaking life over yourself, something shifts. You start walking differently. You start showing up with confidence. You start taking steps you never would have taken before because your words have begun to align with a new mindset. Many people think they are just being realistic when they speak negatively about themselves. They say, I'm just calling it like it is. But the truth is, what you say today is creating the reality you will live in tomorrow. If you don't like where your life is headed, start paying attention to the words coming out of your mouth. Every time you say something, ask yourself, is this building me up or tearing me down? Is this leading me toward my purpose or pulling me away from it? Your words should push you forward, not hold you back. Speaking life over yourself is not about ignoring reality, it's about declaring what is possible. It's about choosing faith over fear, choosing strength over weakness, and choosing to see yourself the way you were created to be, not the way past experiences or failures have defined you. Every time you open your mouth, you have an opportunity to plant seeds of greatness. You can choose to keep watering the seeds of doubt, or you can start speaking words that align with the future you want to step into. The power is in your tongue, and it's time to use it wisely. Excuses are one of the biggest barriers to success, growth, and transformation. People don't fail because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources most of the time. They fail because they allow excuses to control their actions. Excuses keep people stuck in the same cycles year after year, making them believe that progress is impossible. They sound reasonable, they feel justified, but in reality, they are nothing more than chains that keep people from stepping into their full potential. Many people blame their circumstances for why they haven't moved forward. They say, I don't have enough time, I don't have the right connections, I've been through too much, or I'm just not wired for success. These excuses feel valid in the moment, but they only serve as barriers between where they are and where they could be. The truth is, everyone has obstacles, everyone has struggles, and everyone faces challenges. The difference between those who succeed and those who stuck isn't their circumstances, it's their mindset. Some people have spent years waiting for the perfect moment to take action. They wait until they have more money, more confidence, or more support from others. But the perfect moment never comes. Life will never hand you a problem-free path. There will always be challenges, distractions, and uncertainties. The key is to move forward despite them. If you keep waiting for everything to be just right, you will wake up one day realizing that years have passed and nothing has changed. Excuses often come from fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of discomfort. People would rather stay where they are and justify it with an excuse than take a risk and possibly face difficulty. But growth never happens inside the comfort zone. Every person who has ever accomplished something great had to push past their excuses, silence their fears, and take action even when they didn't feel ready. If you wait until you feel fully prepared, you will never start. The secret is to start where you are with what you have and trust that as you move forward, everything you need will come. Another dangerous excuse people make is blaming others for where they are in life. They say, if my parents had raised me differently, I'd be further along. If my boss appreciated me, I'd be more successful. Or if people would just support me, I'd have the confidence to move forward. But blaming others doesn't change anything. It only gives away personal power. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking full responsibility for your life, everything shifts. You may not be able to control what has happened to you, but you can control how you respond to it. No one else is responsible for your future, you are. People who let go of excuses are people who find solutions. Instead of saying, I don't have time, they say, I will make time. Instead of saying, I don't, they say, I will learn. Instead of saying, it's too late, they say, now is the perfect time to start. Success doesn't belong to the most talented or the most privileged belongs to those who refuse to make excuses. One of the biggest lies people believe is that they need motivation to take action. They wait to feel inspired before they move, not realizing that action comes before motivation. When you stop making excuses and start taking small steps, momentum builds. Action creates energy. Progress fuels motivation. The hardest part is just getting started, but once you do, everything begins to shift. You have to make a choice. Do you want to hold on to excuses, or do you want to step into the life you were created for? You can't have both. Letting go of excuses isn't always easy, but it is necessary. The moment you decide to take ownership of your life, doors will begin to open. The opportunities have always been there. Excuses have just kept you from seeing them. Success is not built in a single moment. It is not the result of one grand decision or one major breakthrough. Success is the product of small, daily choices that compound over time, shaping the direction of your life. Every decision you make, whether big or small, is either moving you closer to your goals or further away from them. Many people underestimate the power of their daily decisions because they seem insignificant in the moment, but what you do consistently determines the results you get. People often think success is about luck, talent, or having the right opportunities, but the truth is success is about discipline, consistency, and intentionality. The habits you build through your daily choices become the foundation of your future. If you consistently make wise choices, you will see positive results. If you consistently make poor choices, you will struggle. It is that simple. No one drifts into success by accident. It is the result of conscious effort and small steps taken day after day. One of the most dangerous mindsets a person can have is believing that their daily actions don't matter. They think skipping one workout won't affect their health. Procrastinating one task won't hurt their productivity. Or spending money on one unnecessary purchase won't impact their finances. But the problem is that small choices add up over time. One unhealthy meal won't ruin your body, but eating poorly every day will. One day of laziness won't destroy your success, but a pattern of procrastination will. It's not what you do once in a while that shapes your life, it's what you do consistently. Successful people understand that greatness is built through discipline. They don't rely on motivation because they know motivation is unreliable. Some days you will feel inspired, and some days you won't. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will never make real progress. What separates successful people from everyone else is that they show up every single day whether they feel like it or not. They commit to the process, knowing that their efforts will pay off over time. The truth is, small decisions may not feel important in the moment, but they determine the direction of your life. Every time you choose discipline over laziness, you are strengthening your ability to stay committed. Every time you choose to invest in yourself instead of wasting time, you're building a future of growth and success. The little things matter more than people realize. It is easy to look at successful people and assume they got there overnight, but what you don't see is the years of consistent effort, the sacrifices and the small daily choices that led them to where they are. The person who is physically fit didn't achieve that in one workout. They made a decision every single day to eat well and exercise. The person who built a thriving business didn't do it in a single moment. They made daily choices to work hard, stay focused, and push through challenges. The person who has strong relationships didn't create them by accident. They made intentional decisions to invest time and energy into the people who matter. Your daily choices are shaping your future right now, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are your choices leading you toward success or pulling you away from it? It's easy to make excuses and say that small decisions don't matter, but every choice you make is a vote for the person you're becoming. If you want to change your life, you don't need a massive transformation overnight. You just need to start making better decisions today. Those decisions, repeated over time, will create the success you desire. Success is not about speed, it is about consistency. Too many people start something with excitement, but when they don't see immediate results, they get discouraged and quit. The truth is, real progress takes time, and the key to lasting success is staying consistent and trusting the process. When you commit to something, whether it's improving your health, building a business, growing in your faith, or developing a new skill, you must understand that results don't come overnight. It's not about making massive leaps in a short amount of time. It's about making small, steady progress day after day. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting instant gratification. They want to see results immediately. And when they don't, they assume that what they're doing isn't working. But success doesn't work that way. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They kept showing up, kept putting in the effort, and kept moving forward, even when it felt like nothing was happening. They understood that consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Every time you take action, even if it's a small step, you are making progress. The challenge is that progress is often invisible in the beginning. You might not see the effects of your hard work right away, but that doesn't mean it's not working. A seed doesn't sprout the moment it's planted. It has to go through a process being watered, taking root beneath the surface, and growing steadily over time. The same is true for success. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your efforts are wasted. People often give up right before they would have seen a breakthrough. They put in the work for a few weeks or months, but when they don't see dramatic changes, they assume it's not meant to be. But what if they had kept going just a little longer? What if they were just one step away from the success they were looking for? This is why trusting the process is so important. You may not see it now, but every small effort is building towards something greater. Consistency is about making a commitment to yourself and sticking to it, even if you don't feel like it. There will be days when motivation runs low, when doubt creeps in, and when obstacles make you question whether it's worth it. Those are the moments that define your success. It's easy to stay committed when everything is going well, but true growth happens when you push through even when it's difficult. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never face challenges. They are the ones who refuse to let challenges stop them. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with consistency is because they focus too much on the end result instead of the process. If you constantly obsess over how far you still have to go, you will feel overwhelmed. But if you focus on showing up every day and doing your best, you will be surprised at how much progress you can make. Instead of worrying about how long it will take, focus on doing the right things daily. If you keep going, success will take care of itself. Trusting the process means believing that your efforts are not wasted. It means understanding that even the smallest steps are leading you somewhere. It means knowing that setbacks are not failures, they are just part of the journey. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by taking shortcuts. They got there by staying consistent, trusting the process, and refusing to quit. The same is possible for you if you decide to keep going no matter what. Success is not about grand moments or overnight transformations. It is built through small daily decisions, spoken words of life, letting go of excuses, staying consistent, and trusting the process. Every choice you make, every word you declare over yourself, and every step you take is shaping your future. If you want to see change, you must be intentional. Excuses will try to hold you back, but you have the power to rise above them. Challenges will come, but perseverance will carry you through. Progress may feel slow, but every effort is moving you forward. The key is to stay committed, keep showing up, and trust that everything you are doing is adding up. Success belongs to those who refuse to quit, who believe in the process, and who stay faithful to the journey no matter how long it takes. Keep planting the right seeds, keep speaking the right words, and keep making the right choices, knowing that your breakthrough is on the way.